All right. Yep. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Really proud of the way our guys played today. Not just the way they played today, but the way they prepared throughout the week. I was just very focused, very confident. You know, just very intentional about and deliberate about everything that we did this week in our preparation. And so we're able to come here, play complementary football, offense, defense, and special teams working together throughout the game, 60 minutes. And it's just really proud of our guys, our coaching staff. Just proud of everybody involved. Had a lot of support this week from our administration, supporting our team, and taking the next right steps the best we could this week. And so we felt good coming into the game that we were doing all we could do to put ourselves in position to play well, and our players were able to execute today for 60 minutes, and we're able to get the win. So with that, I open it up.
Can you speak to the response? Did you sense it was coming? And have you been a part of sort of the satisfaction of a response like this in the circumstances you guys were in?
Well, we felt good coming into the game that we had an excellent chance to win the game, opportunity to win the game if we would execute and play complementary football for 60 minutes. One play at a time, 6 seconds of play, and just keep chopping. We came here to win the game, and so I'm not surprised at what we saw today on the field. Obviously, we had to do it, but that was our intent, was to come here and play really good football.
Mel, defense specifically, obviously you're missing a lot of guys coming in. Some more guys are getting hurt as the game goes. You're playing true freshmen, but the way you guys, the spirited effort, I guess, and the 5 4th-down stops until right at the end. What does it say about the progress this defense has made from what we saw earlier in the year to now, even with all the guys?
Yeah, well, I give Scotty and our defensive staff a lot of credit, for continuing to work to develop our defensive players and work through our injuries. We have a next man up mentality, so we took our lumps, but we started to play better. Even in the Ohio State game, we saw that we were starting to play better. Starting to get some havoc plays, some tackles for loss, starting to play tighter in coverage. And then as we started to get more guys back, when Slade got back and X came back, then you could start to see just more productivity defensively, overall, and we just continue to build on that every week. And so, next man up has been much needed. I think I don't know how many different starting combinations we've had this season, but it's been quite a bit. And just a credit to our players for continuing to work to get better every day. And it's November, and we had to play our best football here and down the stretch. And defensively, we're playing at a high enough level that gives us a chance to win.
I wonder how much the run game helped out the offense today.
Mm-hmm.
Porter had like 81 yards.
Yep.
That between the running backs and the offensive line, I guess, how important was that to keeping that ball away from the field?
Yeah, what's important? You don't want to be one-dimensional in a game ever. Not being able to run it, and so we were able to do that. That's a very good defense. They're a top 5 defense in the country, in almost every category. But we knew that we would have some opportunities to run the ball, scheme wise, and Jay and Cap and the staff put together a good plan, and we were able to execute that plan today. And it was a physical game. It was a very physical game. Like on the field, it was very rugged and physical in the trenches. And so again, I'm just proud of our guys for believing in what we were doing and executing a plan for 60 minutes in the game.
Peyton throws a pick on the very first play. He comes back. He seemed like he played pretty well. He said it was the toughest conditions probably he's ever thrown the ball. I was just wondering what you thought of this performance.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, he executed. He played with very good poise. And again, I mean, with the elements, we knew that we were going to have to throw the ball, when we had the win and even against the win. And so we were able to do that. And I thought he was efficient in what he was doing. And again, if he's got good players around him, offensive line competed hard, and and the runners, did a good job, and we got a lot of guys involved. There was a lot of guys that were targeted, a lot of guys that got touches, and so like I told the team before the game, I said they have really good players, here, and so but we have some good players as well, and so it was going to be about how we played, how we executed, and Peyton did a good job, and so did his teammates.
Would you like about what Bryce did today for you now, especially
Yeah.
as a defensive coach at heart, sort of backing them up the way he was able to, and has consistently all year, but today specifically?
Yeah, I mean, he flipped the field. He did a great job for us. I mean, field position is huge. The score probability, when you're starting offensively backed up, the chance of you scoring are, not very good. And so he did an excellent job, in the, with the win and against the win. I mean, he's leading the nation in punting, going into the game. I think it's like 50 yards a punt, and so I mean, he's an excellent player. I'm not sure if there's a punter in the country that's better than him. He's very, very consistent, and he showed up big, for us today under some really, really tough conditions.
Mel, can you take us through your thought process? You got the 8-point lead, you're down there near the goal line, you're in a tricky spot to kick a field goal, you got trying to figure out how to manage the clock versus how much to attack the end zone there, the decision to pass on they're down, things like that, just kind of what's going through your mind in that process?
Yeah, we were trying to score a touchdown, obviously, and we're trying to see what we could do to get it in the end zone. And but at the same time, we were working the clock down best we could, and we're being aggressive, trying to close the game out. And then we were in position for an excellent field goal opportunity. It didn't work out for us, and so we had to go back out there and play defense.
Mel, Xavier talked about, guys know to lock in and ignore this outside buzz, but in today's world, he said, they still see these comments from the outside after last week. I wondered, did you have a special message to the team? Was there, something you guys did to really block that out?
Well, it's we tell the guys every single day to block out the noise, focus on what we can control, and listen to us. Obviously it's a little bit more. It's more, that's easier said than done, But I think our guys they've come to realize that focusing on what we can control and blocking out the noise is the best way, to move forward on a day-to-day basis. And so, I mean, we've learned a lot this season. I mean, we've had to block out the noise, since week 3. Again, I'm really proud of our guys for being able to focus, and play for each other and really rally and just understand that like what's most important is what we do next, and you have to eliminate distractions best that you can, and we were able to do that this week, and so I'm really proud of and not just the players but the staff as well, staff and the support staff, everyone involved. It was really just an excellent job of intentional focus and focus on what we can control. I mean, that's really all you can do. That's what we did.
Mel, I'm wondering, going into this game, when did you basically, with those guys that you did suspend, when did you kind of rule them out to start game planning without them? And how do you approach next week? Do you just approach it like they're out for whenever, or how does that work?
Yeah, we took it one day at a time, and once we suspended those players, then we knew that they were going to be out, and then we made the adjustments that we needed to make, and we're going to continue to take it one day at a time.
With the Big Ten situation kind of in limbo, does that complicate things from a coaching standpoint with it in terms of not knowing, well, maybe they'll be back this week, or you just kind of write it off?
We'll just do what we need to do, and we'll always try to take the next right step based upon the information that we have, and we're literally going to take it one day at a time.
What do you hope a win like this, Mel, does for your team? In your experience, when you got a team that's sort of beat down a little bit to win a game like this for these states and all that, I'm just wondering what do you hope it does in terms of maybe a springboard just moving forward? What can it do?
Yeah, well, our guys are very confident going into the game, and you can see that the way we came out. Offense, defense, and special teams. We're very aggressive, and we're going to continue to learn and get better. And, we're going to grow from, every experience that we have, and continue to gain confidence in what we're doing, and continue to move forward. We get a chance to come to finally, get back home. We've been on the road for a couple of weeks, and we need to be home in front of our fans in the woodshed. Spartan Nation has been behind us, strong all season. So we're looking forward to getting back home, and we still have a lot of football to play, and we believe that our best football is still ahead of us.
We got time for a couple more guys.
Yeah, the last two times Illinois had the ball on defense, past defense, an array of coverages, different people on the field, man zone, all kinds of things, including the end of the first half. Being able to do that and stay on the same page, the growth of that, I assume that's gratifying. What are your thoughts about evaluating that at this stage?
Yeah, it's been a process, to be able to add coverages and add schemes like we've done. We've done that, as we've gone throughout this season, even with maybe inexperienced players and younger players, in there. We knew that we would still have to continue to, grow from a scheme standpoint, and the players have done a really good job, learning some new things that give us some multiplicity, so we could be comprehensive enough to handle what these offenses are throwing at us. So we're able to disguise. We're able to mix our coverages, and we're able to get some guys back to the point where we're able to get in some dime packages the past couple of weeks, which really helps get more speed on the field. You can play more coverages. You can disguise more, and you can match up a lot better when you have like people out there, and so. I think that's what you're seeing. And Scotty and the defensive staff have done a great job, continuing to press forward, and not make excuses, and not we have to figure out what we can do with the guys that we have, and really push the limit, in terms scheme wise, to try to help our guys, and our guys have really embraced that.
On the other side of that, the defensive line wasn't full of lighter guys. There were a lot of bigger guys up there. I guess, is that partly attrition, partly game plan with the running back that you guys were facing, or how did you approach that? Because it seemed like those four defensive tackles together kind of did some pretty decent things.
Yeah, I would say all of the above. We have to, as a staff, you have to look and say, okay, who's available, and what are the best combination of guys that we can put out there to give us the best chance to win. And our players are very, very coachable, and they do what we ask them to do, and so we put some bigger guys at end, because we were down numbers at end, and we were able to rotate 6 guys at defensive tackle for 2 spots. So we put some of those guys outside, and obviously they haven't had a lot of practice out there. Just a couple of days of practice there, but Coach Coleman and
BT done a good job. Is technique and fundamentals. Keeping it simple for our guys. And put them in position where we could play good hard-nosed football. And we knew we had to stop the run, and we weren't gonna it wasn't going to be a size issue for us. We weren't going to get knocked off the ball, that's for sure.
Wrapping up with Graham right here.
To Xavier, to Jim's question earlier about the different coverages, how much having a guy like that back and the communication of him in the back end allows you to be more comfortable throwing things at young guys and other guys elsewhere?
Yeah, it's important because he has a lot of experience. He's a great communicator. You know, he can figure things out on the run. You know, he can unwind some things. He's like a coach on the field, and it's not just on game day, but it's throughout the week. You know, in practice, and you know, in film study and things like that. I mean, because we have to. There's a lot of work that goes on throughout the week to get to the point where we can go out and execute in the game. And so, you know, he helps out a lot with that, and not only just communicating and directing traffic, but he also can make plays as well. I mean, he's a really good player. He was one of our best defensive players, and he's one of the best players in the conference. So when he's in there, it makes a difference for us.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you so much. Appreciate you covering the team. We'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you.